So we have new mortgage rules. We had another interest rate reduction announcement. We're going to talk about how all this is affecting the market. They're eliminating the stress test for mortgage renewals if you want to shop your mortgage around. So previously it was, if you had a mortgage with, let's say, RBC, and you're up for renewal, basically they would give you a rate and say, here's your rate. If you want to shop around, you're going to have to get stress tested, so our rate's not really going to be that competitive. Now they're eliminating that stress test if you want to shop around. So basically what's going to happen is there's going to be more competitive rates for current homeowners who are renewing their mortgage. I think this is a great thing. It's going to make it just more competitive and ultimately get people a better rate for their mortgage when they renew. First-time home buyers, basically the price cap for an insured mortgage has gone up. So it went up from 1 million to 1.5 million, and you can also amortize for up to 30 years. So this is an interesting one. I think obviously they frame it as, it's making things more affordable, but at the end of the day, it's just handing money to people to stimulate the market and increase prices. That's essentially what you're doing. So we're gonna see probably another rate cut happening at the end of the month, maybe 50 basis points. Might be a pretty big move. Just because interest rates are lowering doesn't mean house prices are gonna rise, because there are actually a lot more sellers out there than there are buyers who have been waiting for the right time or the interest rates to come down because they think that it's gonna raise prices. So I said that last video and I was kind of like, we'll see what happens in September after these rate reductions. So sure enough, we saw a massive uptick in new inventory. So in North Vancouver alone, we saw over 100% month over month new inventory hit the market. That's quite a big number. And I think in townhomes, it was 150%. Basically, prices have been falling off because there's just too much inventory out there. And if you look at the sales to active ratio, which is just a fancy way of how they calculate how much demand there is in the market, that's been coming down too. So we're moving into a buyer's market. We're at 0.11 in Vancouver and 0.17 in North Van. So it basically just means that buyers have more options. There's more inventory on the market for them to purchase, and essentially it's gonna deflate prices. So prices in North Vancouver were down 2.5% month over month and 4.6% over the last 3 months. And in Vancouver, we're down 1.25% month over month and 2.34% in the last 3 months. So a little bit less shocking for Vancouver, a little bit more steady there. But listen to this, townhomes in North Van over the last 3 months have come down 8.5%. That is a big number. So if you're looking for a townhome in North Vancouver, now is probably the right time to buy. I will say, in the last, even week or so, maybe week and a half, we've seen a bit of action happening on all these listings that we have. We have about 15 listings or something like that. So we have a good idea of kind of like what's happening in the market. When you start getting all these showing requests all at once, it's usually a sign that something is changing, and we have started to see that. So, for sellers, I think that's definitely a positive thing. For buyers, maybe it just means, a bunch of them have started to wake up. They go, oh, there's a ton of inventory on the market, and now's a good time to start looking. So, yeah, we'll kind of see that just kind of started to change last week, and we started to move some of our listings. It's been a little bit competitive even for some of them. But I think the main thing to kind of take away from this is, rates have come down. There's a lot of inventory on the market. There's a lot of stale inventory on the market. There's a lot of people that have to sell their homes. And so if you're looking for a deal, it's kind of the perfect storm. I know they say this a lot of the time, there's always deals out there, but there is a significant amount of deals out there right now. Specifically, townhomes in North Vancouver down 8.5%. Lots of inventory on the market. So if you find the people that need to sell, then they may be more flexible on price. And when you look back a couple of years from now, you might go, wow, that was a really good decision investment wise. So keep that in mind. We help people buy and sell in Vancouver and North Vancouver every day. if you're thinking of selling or buying, definitely let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.